Hello friends. Today we are about to enter a parallel universe where human history could have been completely different. We all know about the French Revolution and its impact on the world, but what if this revolution had never happened? Let's explore this fascinating idea together and imagine an alternative universe where the butterfly did not beat its wings in France. What if the French Revolution had never happened? This is a fascinating question that can lead to many other questions. After all, the French Revolution has changed the history of France and the world forever. If this revolution had never happened, what would the history of France and the world be like? What would the nations of the world look like? What would societies look like? Well, it's time to enter a parallel universe and explore the possibilities. The butterfly is a small animal, but its influence can be huge. This is where the butterfly effect comes in. A slight change can have a big impact on the future. In chaos theory, the butterfly effect is often used as a metaphor to describe how a small event can have a great effect on the future. So, what if the butterfly had never hit its wings in the French Revolution? What could have happened? Well, the history of France would be very different. The French Revolution was a crucial moment in the history of France and the world. Without it, France would have continued an absolute monarchy. The people would not have revolted and there would not have been the fall of the Bastille. In addition, the French Revolution inspired other revolutions around the world. Without the French Revolution, the American Revolution would have been an isolated event. The Haitian Revolution, the Mexican Revolution, the Russian Revolution, all these revolutions were inspired by the French Revolution. Without it, these events would never have happened the same way. But what about the impact on culture and art? France is known for its contributions to literature, philosophy, music and art. Without the French Revolution, the French culture would have been very different. And if the butterfly had not hit its wings in the French Revolution, we might never have had Monet's Impressionism or Victor Hugo's literature. The Eiffel Tower, the iconic symbol of France, would not exist either. Without the French Revolution, the world of art and culture would be unrecognizable. But the consequences go beyond France. Without the inspiration of the French Revolution, the world could have developed very differently. Perhaps absolute monarchies still dominated the world. Perhaps we would not have seen the emergence of liberalism and socialism. Perhaps representative democracy had never spread around the world. Perhaps the world would be a place where the nobility still rules and the working class lives in extreme poverty. Perhaps the world would be like a garden without flowers, where equality and freedom would have no room to grow. The French Revolution was a cataclysm that shook the world and created a new path to the future. Without it, the world would be like a book without an important chapter. An incomplete, meaningless, and lifeless story. Is as if the butterfly had beaten its wings and changed the course of the river of history. A small event that had huge and unpredictable consequences. The French Revolution was like a seed that was planted and grew up in a beautiful garden of ideas, art and culture. And as in a garden, we need to take care of these ideas and cultivate them so that they can flourish and spread around the world. The French Revolution has taught us that freedom and equality are fundamental human rights and that we must fight for them. There are two theories that try to imagine what this world would be like without revolution. The first is that the world would be plunged into darkness like a window without windows. Without the French Revolution, the idea of human rights and equality would have taken much longer to be disseminated by the world. Absolutism, this ungrateful tyrant, would continue to send and break throughout Europe, and people would have to be content to live under their oppressive shadow. The second theory is that, without the French Revolution, the world would be like a garden without flowers, a soup without salt. After all, the revolution inspired many other struggles around the world, such as the independence of the United States and the struggle against slavery. If the revolution had never happened, these struggles could have been postponed or even happened. But do you know what I really think? I think the world would be like a movie without the good guy, a recipe without the main ingredient. The French Revolution was an important milestone in the history of humanity, which taught us to fight for our rights and a fairer society. Without it, the story would be like a colorless painting, a life without love. So live the French Revolution and everything it represents. And so, we reach the end of our journey imagining a parallel universe where the butterfly did not beat its wings in the French Revolution. I hope you enjoyed exploring this idea with us and that we have opened their minds to the possibilities of how history can be influenced by small events. And who knows, there may be other butterflies in our history that changed the course of the world without knowing it. Thank you for accompanying us on this journey, and don't forget to leave your opinion on this alternative story. To the next.